In today's adventure, we catch up with the Gobstopper as he troubleshoots the Oompa Loompa mining rig.
Okay, so I figured out what the issue was. I swapped out another power supply. I still had the same issue. Okay, I have not tried to swap out the Pico board, but so what I did was I disconnected the server power supply and connected it to an older SLI power supply. So I did get it to boot up. So that tells me that this issue was not with the power supply, because after I swapped it out, still had the same issue. So I'm thinking it's the Pico. It is the power adapter board, or it is a cable that I have from the Pico board to the CPU. I think it's one of those four things. But so in all of this, figured out a couple things. One, I probably didn't need to take all of this stuff apart. I could have just changed out that cable or the power adapter board. I think it's going to be one of those two things. Possibly the Pico. I've read a lot of bad things about them. I've never had an issue with one, so maybe this is the first time. But so something else I wanted to show you that I searched online, I couldn't find an answer to, so we put it to the test to see if we could figure it out. Plugged in the GPU with a riser, right? But I also have it plugged in to the TV, and it produces a display, so that is good to know. So I will, in this design here, somehow figure out a way that I can simply just plug in a some type of HDMI adapter, or maybe one of the wireless ones. That would be cool. Plug it into the very first one, plug it into the case, and then be able to wirelessly see what's going on the miner at all times. That'd be pretty cool. So that's it for this one. For now, I'm gonna figure out what we got going on here with the cables here. It's gonna be the board, Pico, or this cable right here. It's a splitter. It's a CPU splitter cable. I'm honestly thinking it's probably the Pico. It's probably the Pico. If I had to guess, it's the Pico. Because right now everything else seems to be working, but maybe it's this cord. I'm gonna swap this cord out, see if this makes a difference. Let's see, I'll show you. So, as I got down in here and was unplugging stuff, I found the root of our issue right here. That got fried. I got extra crispy in there. That got extra crispy. Wow, that's crazy. It didn't burn up any other thing. That is absolutely crazy. It was right here. is plugged in here. All these cables are right here. So, sweet, so nothing else got burnt. So, the issue we got is this wire. And part of it was probably me. I don't think I hooked this up correctly. And that's the 8 pin. Yeah, I think this is actually on me a little bit. Because even though that should reach as well as that, yeah, I think this one's on me. Which this has been a learning process, you know. So I guess I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix this wire. Alright, so I guess hindsight being 2020, I should have had this plugged in. Oh, it doesn't help that the lights just went out on me. Let's take this back to the lab. Alright, so now that we are back in the workshop here, I'm gonna take some of these cables out, because I guess before it's all said and done, I'll probably end up redoing this whole box. Probably just fix it up temporarily, because it still got some issues with my 3D printer, so still sorting that out. Yeah, so this is the cable, which everything is rated as it should be. However, we are having some issues. So, that being said, this was the one that was all scrooged up. Okay. I don't know what we got going on here. So both of these are just doing the same thing here. Yeah, that's straight up burnt. Wow, that's crazy. Let's even get a close up of that. Wow, that fried right up. Alright, and that was right in the connection too, so I think what I'm gonna do so we have two ground wires, one. God, this is just all around kind of crazy design here. So I guess this one probably is supposed to go here. Yeah. I guess if I had just matched all of the little holes up and stuff, then it would have worked out the same anyway, but you live and you learn, you know? So we've got to figure out something else to do with this thing here, because this isn't going to cut it. This is not going to cut it. Now, what I could do, what I'm thinking of doing, this would probably make it a little bit cleaner in here, is to cut this cable, because I do like this cable. This is a nice thick, heavy-duty power cable, baby, yeah. Alright, so what I'm thinking is plug this in, cut it, splice them. It's going to be a little annoying because I'm going to have to figure out which wire's supposed to go where, but pretty easy, I guess, just tracing it down. I'm tracing it up because I just have to compare it to those. So I think that's what we're going to do, because that'll solve that. The way I can cut this off, I can actually cut it back a little further, because I'll be able to split these once I cut that. Kind of make my own adapter to the Pico. Pretty much same thing we did over here. That really makes me feel like I should update the one that I have that's running the same other Pico board, because it's probably going to do the same thing, or potentially has already done the same. Yeah, that's not a good look. Don't like that at all. Makes me a little nervous, actually. So yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to cut it, split it, splice it. All that good fun stuff. And, you know, if I had hooked it up right the first time, I wouldn't have had these issues. However, I don't know why I was thinking this was another input power or something. I don't know, I wasn't thinking, to be honest, but it is what it is. Luckily nothing significant happened other than our cable here burnt to a crisp. Well, that is just incredible. That is just wow. That probably happened so fast too, boom, and then stopped working. All thanks to a power surge. Yay. And see, I don't know. Maybe it was a power surge, maybe it wasn't. Maybe this just wanted more power than, I don't know. I do not know. It's thrown me for a loop as to why just all of a sudden this burned up. Alright. Well, I'll tell you what, that will keep your mining rig from booting up. It sure will. If you were wondering, that right there is what will keep your mining rig from making you money. And your ingenuity, your intelligence is what will enable you to get it back up and running again. Alright, so I got 7 wires. And 8 cables. But I guess I can just hit 2 to 1. Call it a day. Yeah. And those 2 right there, the 2 on the top, I'll just hit them to that 1. God, that thing got fried. Wow. Alright. We'll go over to the other table there and get to soldering and stuff.